Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. So we have to talk about the civil war, the problems which are happening in Rockstar right now. It is pretty crazy. So you guys know the game was delayed to November 19th, but now we have some pretty serious allegations. That's right. This is what's happened, and this is now has, by the way, 5.8 million views. It's crazy. An anonymous Rockstar employee has made a post on GTA forums with the ongoing situation at Rockstar Games. This has been verified by GTA forums staff, which is even crazier. We're gonna go about this, guys, because this is the post here. It's pretty long, but we are going to yeah, they've been verified, as you can see here, even by the mods. So most likely this is potentially true. So let's go over it because it is crazy. Now, I don't believe this is the sole reason why the game was delayed to next year. Of course, you know, the game was a bit of a rush to release it in 2026 May. Even now, I believe it's a bit of a rush. But yeah, honestly, maybe this maybe this was one of the reasons potentially, but the way they treated the staff here is just beyond me. So let's start. Hello everyone, Rockstar employee here of many years. Understandably, I want to remain anonymous due to retaliation from the company, of course. But I may be willing to verify I'm an employee with Spider-Vice via DM if required. I am also a member of the union. Whoa, a union. I've been reading a lot of the discussion on here and elsewhere about the firing of more than 34 of my colleagues last week. 31 in the UK and 3 in Canada, and have seen a lot of disinformation and lies that really are concerning, particularly concerning how so many folk are willing to believe the company's excuses. This is getting juicy, guys. This is getting juicy. So last week, my colleagues who were in the studio were each individually messaged by HR. When you know, when HR says, let's have a chat, you're out, right? For a short friendly meeting under the friendly guise of, hey, are you free for a quick chat? Oh my god. Upon attending the meeting, they were handed an envelope with a short letter stating that their employment has been terminated for gross misconduct regarding posts made on Discord. They failed to provide any evidence when asked, nor was any stated in the letter, and did not divulge any information or reasoning, and no other reason. They refused their rights to union representation in disciplinary meetings, which is, by the way, it's against UK employment law. So you can actually sue your employer for this, because in UK, especially if you're one of the people who are affected, 31 people, under UK law, you can have a union representative in a disciplinary meeting. That's like one of your rights. And were frog marched out of the studio with the meeting lasting less than 5 minutes. Crazy, man. For colleagues who were not in the studio that day, they received a phone call from HR that lasted less than 2 minutes, telling them they are basically fired and that they'll be receiving the same letter as above. I am aware of one employee who had a panic attack at this moment, and HR hung up on them during the panic attack, not caring at all about their well-being. I mean, this is just ridiculous, man. Like, it's like, yeah, like, we don't care about your well-being. Just work like a slave, make us billions, and then you're disposable at the earliest opportunity, which is exactly what's happened here, right? Like, yeah, man, it's crazy. These colleagues of mine were hard workers who have spent many years at Rockstar in critical roles. With colleagues who have been at Rockstar for more than 18 years, and none of them have ever had a disciplinary in that time. They are not easily replaced and will certainly affect us making our project deadlines. Crazy, right? These are very senior artists, animators, QA testers, designers, programmers, and producers, including leads, even bosses, right? All super talented people who were proud of their work over multiple Rockstar titles, and all they wanted was the best for Rockstar and their fellow colleagues. Some of these members were off sick, recovering from surgery or paternity leave, fired without pay. Again, this is again 100% illegal in UK. I mean, if you're fired by gross misconduct, I believe they can fire without pay, but again, you can go to court and basically claim that it's unfair dismissal, right? Losing their careers and putting them into hardship in the lead up to the Christmas, even potentially losing their visas to work in the UK. Let me make this clear. I never saw any discussion leaking of Rockstar project in the union Discord. The only ever discussion was around unionization efforts and the working conditions at Rockstar. The Discord wasn't public. It was a private Discord group that only contained Rockstar employees and the IWGB union officials. That's right, that's it, really. This was union busting and nothing else. Union busting. Everyone fired was a union member. They also are predominantly from those who were on the union organizing committees of each UK studio. So yeah, union busting, crazy stuff, right? Just 1 week before, the union had reached 200 members, taking us over 10% threshold required to seek recognition and begin engaging in collective bargaining. Haha, that's the problem, right? There we go. Allowing us to negotiate directly with management on key issues that affect us, worsening crunch, inadequate pay, and inflexible working arrangements. Yeah, when you tickle the bosses get really angry because, you know, for them you are basically an ant, you're a worker, and you don't deserve anything, basically, right? I mean, let's just be honest, that's the fact. They have fired over 34 of us now. There were over 250 of us in that union employee Discord group. There is a fear that if they get away with this, they'll have nothing stopping them from doing this again and again. Those of us who are lucky and remained for now work in fear. Fearful when talking to each other at tea prep, fearful that we're next in line and easily got rid of, too scared to go outside the studio and talk to or even acknowledge our colleagues outside protesting in fear of reprisal. Morale in the studio is at the rock bottom when we should be excited about what's to come over the next year. We are now totally deflated and our trust and confidence in others is totally shot. Yeah, of course. Just imagine for a second, Rockstar is making billions in profits like Take-Two, and even then, they're so annoying and scrawny, and like when your employees demand respect and recognition and fair pay, you repay them back with a slap in the face and a kick in the shin. I mean, that's just crazy, right? Which is a truly heartbreaking part, as for us in the union, all of our ambitions was to make Rockstar happier, fairer, safer, and more equitable place. I mean, that's the problem. Corporations don't like fairness, and they don't like equitable because that means they have to pay more people more money. Of course, right? Common sense. They don't like that. That's all. What has happened clearly shows that we care more about the well-being of our colleagues at Rockstar than the company does. The union remains unbowed and is fighting to win the reinstatement of every dismissed member of Rockstar at Rockstar throughout legal means and campaigning. The fight is critical. If Rockstar can get away with this, they will keep treating their workers with disdain, disrespect, and subjecting them to a continued illegal treatment. Thanks for your time, and I hope this is some truth that helps you all understand what's going on here at the moment. If you would be so kind, you can contribute to the fundraiser to support those fighting their dismissal here. This is the fundraising, as you can see here. And yeah, this is the support for your dismissal. All right. Great stuff, man. Crazy, crazy. Yeah, it would be really appreciated if you would could also share the above link. I won't be posting this to other forums, but please feel free to share. Yeah, so crazy stuff. This person may be from Scotland, potentially, because they have a Scottish flag. Okay, so yeah, crazy stuff, man. This is crazy. Before anyone piles on them, this has been confirmed with me. This is the admin, Spider Vice, as you can see here, administrator, 100% confirmed. This is crazy, man. This is unacceptable. Unacceptable. Yeah, kind of ironic. I feel that a couple of years ago, so we learned about Rockstar making efforts to improve their work environment so as to avoid crunch and so on, and now they fire employees for wanting said environment to be even fairer and safer for them. Business as usual, I guess. That's right. Business as usual. These people don't care about your life, man. That's the problem. Corporations have and always been all about the profits. The profits, about the money, and that's pretty much it. This person says here, worth mentioning that it's being delayed because they just fired 40 people in a union busting effort and now the staff is revolting. I hope the staff keeps it up. I mean, yeah, GTA 6 production. I mean, come on, man. I mean, that's just ridiculous, right? I mean, why is this stuff happening? Like, this company, why do you have to make so many billions and not treat your staff fairly, man? That's common sense. Just treat your staff with fairness, and that's pretty much it. Look at this. How much crunch has returned compared to the levels of Red Dead Redemption 2? This is an article from Kotaku. This was in 2018, by the way, so yeah, this was quite ages ago. Inside Rockstar's games culture of crunch. So yeah, maybe it hasn't changed much. We don't know. Who knows? But yeah, I've been really sorry for these people, to be honest. Very sorry for them. A lot of businesses have been getting comfy with going back to the old ways, unfortunately, and it's awful that Rockstar, who was seemingly making some strides to changing working conditions and improving the relationship with their workers, is now walking back on all of it. That's not how you motivate your employees to make what could be the biggest game of all time, especially not one that's been delayed yet again. Power to the workers. So yeah, really disappointing, guys, but this is the truth. And these companies, like, that's the thing, like, the only way these companies can maybe try to get better at these, you know, the treatment of their stuff, is for people to speak up, and most importantly, like, just respect their employees. Like, they are sweating and they're working and they're like sacrificing their life for your company so you can make billions in profits, and you treat them like a pile of shit. Like, can we not be human in this world? Can we not at least try to be nice as employers? Yeah, who am I kidding? Of course, who am I kidding? Corporations, the greed is always going to be there. So guys, that's it for today's video. On this one, as always, make sure to subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and I shall see you later in the next one. Hopefully, just hopefully, Rockstar will improve the conditions for the staff, and yeah, make things better, because people deserve to be treated fairly, and more importantly, to be given a fair salary and not be abused at work. That's like the basics, the bare minimum in the 21st century, by the way. We're not talking about the 5th century when people were going on the field and working, and they were nobles, and they were, like, you know, mistreating them and not feeding them, like, you know, working like till midnight. We're talking about the 21st century, where supposedly working conditions are supposed to be great because we have so many laws protecting people, but somehow these companies keep getting away with it. Guys, see you later in the next videos. Bye.